Hey, it's Erin Madsen with Die Cuts with a View. I'm just barely home from CHA in Los Angeles, and I made these paper roses for our aprons, and I have gotten a million requests already at the show and emails wanting to know how we made these gorgeous paper roses. These are made out of our Immortal Love stack that is brand new, and they're really easy, and it's a really easy method. It just takes maybe a little practice. I made probably 100 of these in preparation for the show, so obviously they're pretty perfect, but my first ones were not. So I'm going to teach you the technique and then just practice, and yours will for sure be looking gorgeous like these. The first thing you're going to do is download this PDF file. Hope you can see it. The printing is kind of faint, but you can see we've already printed the template that you're going to use for your petals, and on the blog you'll see the link for the PDF, and you'll just download and print it off, and then you'll cut one out and you'll trace it onto your cardstock and cut that out. So here are the two different sizes from the template that I cut out of paper. I traced those onto the Immortal Love printed paper and cut them out. So I have two different sizes, and this is what I'm going to use for the rose. This will be the inside and this will be the outside of the rose. Before we want to put the rose together, you're going to take like I just use like a wooden bamboo skewer. You could use like a pencil or something. This is a good size for me. And you're just going to roll back each individual petal. Can you see that? It's just a quick little roll to kind of, this is what's going to give the awesome dimension of the paper roses. So you're just going to keep rolling. And also, I always take off this piece in the middle. You could probably cut it to make it a little nicer. I just tear. So you're going to cut off these middle two pieces of your rose. So that's kind of what they'll look like. So just keep rolling petal by petal. Okay, so I have all the petals rolled. The smaller one's you're gonna start with the smaller one first, and you'll just need some hot glue. And for the middle, this is gonna be, you start in the middle, and this will be the center of your rose. So I just kind of use my fingernail just to kind of get the inside. You want the inside to be really tight. So really you're just kind of playing to kind of get the center of the rosebud. And then you just put a drop of hot glue at the bottom to kind of keep it tight. Don't worry, I have a million zillion hot glue burns from making all of these, but hey, there's no pain, no gain, right? Okay, so you just roll the center first, and this is all you do. You just put a little hot, I work about maybe an inch at a time, put a little hot glue just on the bottom, and then you're just working the rose petals as you go. You'll see, you're gonna be folding the back of the rose as you go. You can kind of see to kind of make sure that it's all laying flat. You're gonna kind of squish the back as you go. One of these big ones, the back's not pretty, okay, remember, you can kind of see how it's not a perfect flat back. It's going to be layered and wrapped to kind of give that dimension. So let's kind of keep working. And you just kind of twist and push, you don't want to get the cracks in the paper, and just kind of like push the paper towards to kind of get that overlaying lap if it's starting to not bend right. So just kind of keep it tight. It really does take a little practice, so you're just going to want to practice as you go. You're going to want to get your petals overlapping so that they're not automatically just right behind each other. If you have, like if this petal were going to lay right here, I would just push it over a little and overlay it in the back so that it doesn't lay right behind the petal in front of it, just so it's not hidden. So you just keep going. When it's time to lay the next piece on, I just put a little hot glue overlapping where the first piece ended, right there. And then I just lay my new piece on top. So it keeps that flap down. And then you can just keep working the opposite direction. And the petals will just get a little bigger. If you want some of these really big petals like this, the template that I posted, the PDF, just enlarge it. So like you can copy it and then enlarge it to like 50% or just kind of play around until it's the size that you want. So that's how you're going to get the bigger roses. So we're just keep going. The bigger it gets, kind of the easier it gets. That middle part really is the hardest. And you will go through quite a bit of hot glue, but I haven't found an adhesive that works as well, despite getting the burns. I use the low temp for that reason. At the make and take table, I ended up with a high temp hot glue gun, and some actually left some marks. Okay, when you get to the back, this is all I do. I just put extra hot glue on that back, and then it'll just gradually curl to the back. You can kind of see that. So if you wanted to put a pin, you could do a circle punch and cover up the back and put a pin on it. Or if it's going just on a paper or a card, it can just lay flat. But this is the basic rose and how to get there. So you can see the different, they all kind of do turn out differently, but if the petals are bigger, they're going to stand up a little taller like this. So you'll just want to enlarge your template a little bit. But just have fun, and what I was saying at the make and take table, and this is how I feel, if you want them to be perfect, buy them. You're not buying them, you're making them. They're going to have personality, they're not going to be perfect. You know, mine aren't for sure. Mine have little creases. If you have a tear that you want to cover up, if it was a dark paper, I would just get a dark marker or a Sharpie and just color on the inside just to cover up the white. So there you have it. Paper Immortal roses. Good luck, and let me know if you have any questions.